Alright. Hey y'all. It's been a hot minute. Or really, I guess I keep saying that. It actually hasn't been that long this time, I don't think. Um, but yeah, so we are probably live. Let's see if that's actually true. The mini stream, Spark code reviews and PR updates. Yeah, okay. We are actually live. Fantastic. And yeah, hey Nilesh. Super stoked you're here. So this is going to be a really quick stream. I have a hard stop in 30 minutes. So we are going to do just some code reviews and some Spark PR updates. And so essentially, let's talk very briefly about why this is important. And I'm also going to get my treadmill started so that if I move a little bit, it's slightly better for my health. At least this is what everyone says. So, yeah, why does this matter? So essentially, getting code reviews in open source is hard, right? Getting code reviews even inside of a company is kind of hard. But imagine how much harder that is when you don't have the same boss and you are less likely to have the same goals. And then so that's open source. So we're gonna go Spark PR's app spot. Let's bring up our terminal view. And so this will let us see sort of all the things. Now this is, I don't actually care as much about MLlib. Let's go over to here. What's new? Okay, this is a minor change and no Jira. I don't love that. But if it's a docs change, I could see that. Merge subplans with one row result. That actually sounds like something we might actually want to take a quick look. Add admission control support to Python. So I'm not super familiar with the Python data source API. Essentially, there's a new way to specify data sources that is in pure Python. Oh, this is fantastic. Looks like the person that I'd want to make sure is involved is already involved. Let's take a quick look. Okay. What's this? Apache tuple sketches. Okay. Okay, and some broken doc tests. And then, so this is work in progress. I like it for now. Ooh, optimize a test. Well, okay. Ooh, Geo. So it's been a long time. Oh yeah, I'm really glad that that you like The Office. We used to joke it was our global corporate headquarters. When we would have like business meetings. Um, but yeah. Okay. Cool. So let's keep going. So Geo is something that I'm like a little out of sync with, but it is something that I'm interested in. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, so there are a lot of interesting PRs. That's great. It's a good sign, a healthy project, etc., etc. We're probably not going to have a chance to get through all of them, so that's already enough that we've sort of picked out as things that we might be interested in for reviewing. First things first, though, we're going to go ahead and see if anyone has left any comments on the PRs that we've gotten out. So we're going to go pull requests, and then we're going to go like bloop. Which ones are by me? Okay. Union determinism fix. This one's interesting in that I'm not entirely sure it's the right thing to do. This one I'm more sort of think that makes sense. And this one also, I'm pretty sure it makes sense. Let's go take a look. Who has taken a look? Okay, no one's taken a look at this one. Let's go ahead. We're going to request CloudFan to take a look. It's already the person who I tagged. We'll see. Okay, but pull request build is failing, so we're going to go take a look at this. See the test results, my friend. What failed? Okay. You're saying that the build failed. That seems possible, but I'm guessing it might be unrelated. Okay. Hive thrift server failed. this seems possibly unrelated, but possibly related. This is definitely in the range of things we might expect. Okay, support query timeout cancel. Yeah, this is looking more like probably not our fault. Although it could be, the union determinism fix could totally. Okay, so check analysis, invalid not. Oh, okay, no, here. Okay. The operator expects a deterministic expression, but the actual expression is invalid non-deterministic. And so this is related, right? So these failures are related, but one could argue that this might actually be the right thing, right? So let's go ahead and let's write a little comment. There are some test failures. They're from things expecting deterministic input, yelling that they've now got a non-deterministic input, which is what they always had, but we didn't correctly propagate it before. I can try and fix the tests, but I'd love I'd love some feedback on if this is the right direction. Cool. So this is like, there are test failures, but the test failures are things that probably should have been failing, right? Like this needs more TLC, right? Like with, here we go. Let's go dig up this test just to be like more sure. Although we already typed it in, so I really hope I'm right. Auto query timeout cancel on Hive Thrift server. Set query timeout. So this is in the Hive binary server suite. And you can see I was indeed messing around with my .emacs earlier in the day. Then we're going to go Spark, and then we want to find Hive Thrift server suite, Hive Thrift. Yeah, okay, it's going to be Hive Thrift server suites, I think. Probably the one. Pardon me. So go find this test. Okay. So are these correct? So these don't have unions in them. So this should actually be working. Maybe I'm wrong. This is support query auto timeout cancel on thrift server. Select Java underscore method. Okay. Is Java underscore method tagged as non-deterministic? That should be. Although here, let's go take a look. Failed over here. Okay. Decision tree classifier suite. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. Never love to be wrong, but that's pretty much part of my life. Okay, decision tree classifier suite. Oh. Oh, dude. Okay. Uh, okay, wait. Never mind. Okay. Let's go back here. Okay. Um, oops, wrong thing. See that I like shoes. Oh, wait, never mind. Dude. Oops. Oh, never mind. Uh, Not what I thought. Sorry for the cool. Well, joys of being wrong. And being wrong on stream. But okay, so let's go take a look. Where did we screw this up? With determinism, default's true, override, lazy val, deterministic is determinism. So default's deterministic, which is what we would expect, and then with new determinism, then we've got our little funky unapply hack that we did for binary compatibility. This should work. Why are you exploding, my friend? Why are you exploding? Interesting. Okay. Why is the determinism not what I thought it, like we've got the default is to make it deterministic, right? Like let's I didn't put that in reverse, right? Because it's looking like I maybe put it in reverse by virtue of these tests. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Hive thrift binary. Server suite. You expect 1 divided by 0 to fail. Oh no, that's not the one I want. So let's go back here. Yeah. Okay. Why are you failing? Why are you failing? Okay. Why is clicking on files change not doing? Oh. It's just slow. Okay. So by default, okay, so if it's resolved to an attribute reference, okay, so it's not, I don't think it's the union logic. It might be the named expression change. Where if it's resolved, child.deterministic, which should also be defaulting to true. So why is this giving us difficulty? Let's go take, and then we're gonna go, child.deterministic goes to attribute. So that should work, right? Like if our child is not deterministic, then like of course we're not deterministic. Override, lazy val, deterministic, Boolean determinism. And then we've got that. Okay. It's our unpacking. It's our with determinism. Handle basic logical operators. Valid deterministic for all. So essentially it's nullable if any of them are nullable. And it's deterministic if all of them are deterministic, which is yes, this is what we would want. And then here, that also looks right to me. So why are some of these coming back incorrect? So, okay. So we've got an attribute reference. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and fire up the tests, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's also make sure git branch. What branch are we on? Union determinism fix. Okay. This one should pass. The other one that failed here that we want to investigate is catalyst. Okay, Hive fifth server. All right. Hive. That is a target, right? Oh. That's why we have to enable the profile. There we go. Test only. Let's take a look. This should. So okay, well, so our other thing here is like I think essentially like if the problem is what I think it is, it's like here where the children are coming back as non-deterministic even though they should be deterministic, and that's why. So let's get it to fail, and we'll make the change, and then if that's the case, we'll try and figure out why the child is coming back as non-deterministic. Yeah. I thought this was going to be relatively fast, but my bad. That's the joy of being a programmer. So we might only actually get to this one first PR update. We are going to do our best. While we're here, though, why would LSP not found for deterministic? Let's go. Method D, you're saying not found for attribute reference. This makes me think that this is This works fine, but LSP dash doctor. That's fine. Okay. Uh, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Metal is being annoying. But I'll deal with that another time. Okay, cool. So this does fail here. Okay, fantastic. So then what we want to do, sort of to check our assumption, so we're going to go over here to child.deterministic. Let's just set this to true. Actually, we can just leave that out for now. And so the question is, if we don't set that, does this pass? Should, I think. It's not actually deterministic, but we're just gonna temporarily mark it as deterministic, and then it'll give us a sense of like why this is misbehaving. So in that case, although it could be that our default here is just that this is not deterministic and it needs to be marked as deterministic. But it's not like failing everywhere, right? So if we look at, let's go look at the failures. Like this is failing on inference where it's doing a like call to a random, like it's essentially doing a call by reflection. And I could see us not having that be deterministic. Decision tree classifier a little bit more funky in terms of. Okay, but like yeah, let's see. Yeah, J function map. So I guess it's just like the default here. Although okay, wait, yeah. So you are failing with invalid non-deterministic expression. Create external row, which should be oh no, static invoke. Yeah. So that's the thing, like static invoke is maybe tagged as non-deterministic, which would make sense. And so therefore, okay, spark static underscore invoke. Let's go take a look. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go find static invoke and see if it is named expression, static. invoke. Static invoke? No. Okay. Where is static invoke defined? Yep. It's our static invoke. That's our scene name. Okay. V2 expression builder. Expression. Okay. Okay. Objects, backslash objects, Scala, static, invoke. State like is set, stateful is set to true by default. Let's go take a look. Is deterministic defaults to true? So it is. Okay, now so that should be still coming back as deterministic. But okay, let's see. Let's see if our theory like makes a little bit of sense. Okay, sort of. We're down to one failure versus the many, many more failures that we had in the other one. And yeah, service confusion. So I think it is that in named expression here, essentially, the children are coming back as non-deterministic. So if child done, we're just going to throw in an exception. Throw new exception. You $sign child is, and let's just we'll hack debug quickly. We'll find one of them and we can go from there. Okay, we got to stop in 2 minutes. So we're going to circle back to this. We didn't actually get to do any code reviews, but we are going to make sure that our other PRs are also up to date. So let's go take a look. Here, how's this one going? Any comments? Okay, so we got some comments from Copilot. What's this say? Okay, that's a good point. So there we go. And we're just gonna. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to do these really quickly. So then this says our block TTL integration suite. Okay. Block. Okay. LSP is being annoying, which I kind of hate. Oh, and it actually crashed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll do more fucking playing around with emacs later. Maybe we'll figure out what's going on with metals too. So okay, line 83, not a bad suggestion. Potential race condition. Yes, this is a race condition. Yes, this is a race condition. But as described, It's intentional. It's intentional for right perp because close enough works for the TTM. Okay, and then that's saying on line 69. Okay, cool. Same thing here. Configuration suite. 63. And okay, cool. What are the additional conversations? Matter. Okay. Yeah. So this might actually be valid. Block manager endpoint. Okay. Run. Oh. True. Okay, dodge. Ask. Okay. Yeah, please use shutdown now. That was a good suggestion. No. No. That's not a good suggestion. Okay. We don't use concurrency here. Okay. But we don't actually. Okay, let's see here. Okay. But we don't. That's concurrent modification. Oh, well, okay. Okay. Level access time. So as Scala, just as Scala on a J hash map. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Make a copy here so we can safely iterate and avoid that thing. Okay, cool. I gotta go though. Just realized my timer did not go off, or it did, and I stopped.